Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and today's WWE Payback 2015 preview and predictions for the upcoming pay-per-view for WWE. And let me just be outright about this. This pay-per-view might turn out to be a surprise to a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people's previews and predictions being that this pay-per-view might not be so great at all. It's a bad card, yada yada yada. But I think that there might be a surprise for a lot of people. I think this pay-per-view might turn out okay, but those people that have stated that this pay-per-view might suck, they might be correct as well. So, let me go into the card with you guys, and I'll go over my predictions and who I think is going to win in these matches. So, the pre-show, this is going to be the absolute worst match on the whole fucking card. Thankfully, it's on the pre-show. It's the Meta Powers with Axelmania and Macho Mandow, which is fucking pathetic, against the Ascension. I think that the Meta Powers are going to actually win this match, mainly because they think that by getting them wins, that'll get some positive reactions out of this tag team, which I think is such a load of bullshit and so stupid. It's sickening, and the Ascension is just as sickening to be part of this. But hey, that's WWE's opinion and idea about what they should do. Excuse me. I think it's completely idiotic and repulsive. But anyway, moving on with this card. The next match that I'd like to bring up is the King Barrett versus Neville match. I think this match is going to be pretty impressive, pretty standard match though. I don't expect it to be, mind-boggling, unbelievably awesome, but I expect it to be decent nonetheless. I think it's going to be like a 3 out of 5 star match, and I think Neville should be the one walking away with this win. I don't think this King Barrett shit is going to work at all for them with Bad News Barrett, as what he should be going by. And if you guys don't know the Brad rules, he definitely states that opinion in his video, which I totally agree with. I think they should have stuck with the Bad News Barrett character. He had a lot of charisma with that character, and he did some funny segments with that character back in 2014. But this year he's been pretty stale, pretty standard. Nothing too, unique about him to push him to a main event status type field. So I didn't think that was the best idea for them to do either, is get rid of the Bad News Barrett character. I liked the gimmick. I thought it was a very good thing. In this case, I think Neville should be the one walking away with this win because of the fact that he's been on such a hell of a run since he's gotten to the main roster, competing against big-name stars. Whether he's winning or he's losing, he's having outstanding matches. And I think that he deserves a well-known win here on the main card of a pay-per-view for the first time ever. It is his first time ever debuting on the main card. The last month he was on the pre-show. To me, that don't even count. So this match really, I think, is an important match for Neville, because it will, if they do it the right way with Neville, having him win, I don't think it really should matter if he wins or loses, but I think it would mean a lot more if he wins than he does lose, because of the fact that, it is something that it's his very first match on a main card pay-per-view, so it is technically his debut, and I think they should start him off on the right foot. Anyway, the next match that we have on this card is Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus. Now, here's something I don't understand. They have a Kiss Me Arse match, which was absolutely a joke. The match itself last month was okay. It wasn't too shabby, but it wasn't the greatest match. It was a pretty standard match. Not bad, but not great either. And I don't understand why the hell they would have these two guys in just a regular singles match at all. Personally, I feel this match should be, something more extreme, like a Falls Count Anywheres match. They've been brawling all over the place in the arenas every single week on Raw, and I think that would be the best suit for their next match. If they're going to have a rematch with each other, They should have a false count anywheres match. And that's really where I think that this match should be at this point. But, unfortunately, they don't feel that way, so, whatever. The winner in this match, I think, should be Dolph Ziggler, but I'm pretty sure they're going to go with Sheamus this time, since the fact that they gave a win to Dolph Ziggler. But the ending of it it didn't even make Dolph Ziggler look like a winner. He looked like the loser anyway, even though he got the pinfall. So, Sheamus, I think, is going to be the man they're going to go with in this one, gaining him even more momentum leading into the upcoming months into SummerSlam. So I don't quite understand why they won't push Dolph Ziggler. The guy's got great skills. He's entertaining, and he's improved immensely over his career. He used to be a bore to me, and he's really improved a lot. I don't understand it, but hey, that's WWE for you. What are we going to do except take what we like and disregard the things we don't? That's really all I can say about that. The next thing on the card is a 2 out of 3 falls match for the tag team titles with New Day, with Big E and Kofi Kingston defending the tag titles against Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. Personally, I didn't feel that it was the right choice giving the titles to New Day at all. I think they should have had those guys lose to Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, and they should have had the Lucha Dragons compete for the tag team titles in Extreme Rules, and they should have faced each other again in a Payback pay-per-view. Unfortunately, that's not the case. They have the New Day as the champions going into this pay-per-view, defending against Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, as you guys already know. I'm kind of reiterating the same shit. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, the winner of this match, I think, is going to probably be the New Day. They're probably going to retain the titles. I don't think they're going to flip-flop the belts in this scenario. They might change the belts at the Elimination Chamber coming up in 2 weeks, but I don't even think they're going to lose the titles in that type of environment either. I think they're really trying to push this New Day gimmick down people's throats and wanting people to accept them as a tag team, and I personally do not like this tag team. I do not find them entertaining. I find them utterly retarded and dumb as shit. And not to mention, I feel that this gimmick is kind of racist to black people, and what I find extremely funny is they're willing to go forth and do this because they're getting paid. It's fucking stupid as hell. There is another match. I didn't want to skip past it because I'm on Wikipedia. So, and they don't really have it in order. John Cena defending the U.S. title against Rusev in an I Quit match. Simplistic, straight to the point. This match has got to be better than Extreme Rules. There's nothing else can be said about this. This has got to be hardcore. This is an I Quit match. There's got to be chairs. There's got to be tables. There's got to be all kinds of things. It doesn't have to have a ladder. We don't have to say it's a tables, ladders, and chairs match. But we got to see some extreme shit. Broken barricade, you name it, whatever. I don't care. But this has got to be hardcore. This has got to be, anything it takes to get your opponent to say, I quit. If they ain't doing that, and they just make it like a standard match like they did with that Russian chain match last month, it is going to be a bore fest at the most. This is going to be people are going to rage about this on their reviews. If this match is just a standard, ordinary match where finally Rusev says, I quit. I have heard rumors that Rusev might have John Cena say, I quit, by using Lana as a tool to do that, and eventually having John Cena later on in the coming weeks through the storyline having Cena become a heel. I totally disagree with this. I don't think this is going to happen. I think it would be interesting, but having John Cena lose the title to Rusev in that fashion would be fucking ridiculous. This match shouldn't even be happening. John Cena should be facing a new opponent and defending that title on the pay-per-view. So, that's really all I have to say on that subject. But I believe John Cena will walk away retaining the U.S. Championship, and I think that's the best thing they can go with at this time, leaving more entertaining U.S. Championship matches on the WWE Raw card every single Monday night. So the next match that I'd like to talk about that's on this pay-per-view, Ryback versus Bray Wyatt. Ryback versus Bray Wyatt. This match, I believe, is going to be a make-it-or-break-it type match for Ryback. I think this is a good and bad situation for Ryback in the sense that if he walks away with a decent fan reaction with Bray Wyatt and they have a decent match, Ryback will get some sort of push. And he will be in some sort of main card, or not main card, excuse me, or not even mid card. He will be in a main event type status level, I believe. He will definitely, I feel, main event against bigger names besides just Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, he has got to go into this match full steam ahead, full force, straightforward, fast-paced, not this slow-moving, robotic shit. We need to see fast-paced action by Bray Wyatt. He's been able to do it in the past, like I said, Daniel Bryan and The Shield, but I'm starting to believe that wasn't really him being able to do that. I think that was his opponents that he was going against, making him look good. So, in this scenario, Bray Wyatt and Ryback, it's a very tough one to call who would win this match. I'm probably going to go with Ryback Bray Wyatt, since he is technically the favorite. He's had more high-level matches on pay-per-view events. He's faced some big names, even though they might not have been the best matches in my opinion. But I think Bray Wyatt's going to walk away with this win. I don't think that this is going to interfere with Ryback's status or possible push within the WWE, but if he gets a good fan reaction out of the WWE audience at this pay-per-view, I think Ryback is going to be doing just fine, and he might get a decent enough push to possibly main event status in the future. Naomi and Tamina versus the Bella Twins in a tag team match. This is absolute bullshit. I really don't even care about this match. I'm going to go with Tamina and Naomi in this one to win this match. I think this is a bunch of bull crap. They're like reiterating the same crap that happened at WrestleMania 31. And I just don't even care about the women's division right now. They are absolute garbage. And then we have the fatal 4-way match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, as you all may know, if you've seen my Raw review, I did happen to mention that I believe Seth Rollins will be walking away with this belt. I still do believe that at this point in time, but there is a slight case, and I mean a slight case, where we might see Dean Ambrose walk away with this championship. If anybody's walking away with this title, it's definitely Dean Ambrose besides the champion Seth Rollins that would win this match. Reason is, he's getting a hell of a lot of fan reaction in the last 2 weeks, and WWE is making Dean Ambrose look very strong going into this pay-per-view. I think it would be a kind of a mistake if they don't go with Dean Ambrose winning this title, and if they don't feel like he should be carrying the belt for a long period of time, that's perfectly fine. You already set up an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. You can always have Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins have a rematch for the WWE Championship where Seth Rollins can walk away with a decent victory. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, because then they can always jump right back to Dean Ambrose, getting that briefcase, and possibly cashing it in later on during the year. So I wouldn't have an issue. I think that would be very entertaining and very fun. I think that would be the smart thing to do. Get Dean Ambrose that belt, have him lose it, make him be chasing for the title, and I think that would be a better idea. You go back to history, You don't have to go any further than 2 years ago in 2013 with Daniel Bryan chasing after the title. In this case, he'd win the championship. He wouldn't lose the title immediately after he won it on the same night. He'd lose it 2 weeks later, wins the Money in the Bank, giving him another way of getting involved for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and eventually, possibly, maybe even winning the belt back. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think they should keep the briefcase on him like they did with Seth Rollins and make a surprise out of nowhere where he cashes in and wins the WWE World Championship. But that's not here or there at this point in time. That's talking way ahead of future. So at this point, I'm going to stick with Seth Rollins walking away WWE World Heavyweight Champion. At this time, I do appreciate you guys tuning into this video. It was a pleasure talking with you. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. You're missing out on some very good content. I've started a new show with you guys on this channel called Fantasy Wrestling Ideas, where I talk about in-depth about, fantasy matches that could happen or would never happen, but we only wish could happen in the professional wrestling world, So, if you guys want to catch that content on a weekly basis, I have this show started. It started last Tuesday. It's going to be every Tuesday, maybe sometimes twice a week, but I would definitely catch it. It's very entertaining stuff. I got some good information. I'm going to go, I need to improve a little bit more on it, but I'm going to go more and more into depth on each episode for the matches that I think would be absolutely insane to watch if it could ever happen, or even if it could happen. Anyway, at this time, I do appreciate you guys watching this video. You have a great day, and thank you for watching. Bye.